we need to approve the minutes.
You got it.
Got it. Randall. And second by Greg, all in favor? Say aye. Number 3 on the agenda will be to approve the highway department surplus 780 Ingersoll rat table to be sold on Gov Deals. The register deed is wanting the surplus of the filing cabinets to be destroyed. The librarian is wanting the surplus of mobile computers and copying machines to be disposed of. The sheriff's department's got a list of vehicles they're gonna sell. And then Mark Dillon at the American Legion, is that VFW?
No, that's sheriff's.
Oh, sure, we got some surplus chairs and stuff to dispose of.
I'll make a motion.
Got a motion by Frank, got a second by Billy, any discussion? All four,
Yep.
okay, motion carried.
I brought up last night, we'll be doing that more, instead of piling everything in the basement here, everybody be doing that, but we just throw it away to start with, instead of bringing it down here and then having inventory and then throwing it away and trying to get it out of the basement here, cause we can't go in that new building.
Are you gonna put another dumpster up down here too, to go away stuff?
Well, we will when we,
Need to, okay.
yeah.
Number 4, approve the county quarterly report ending in 6/30/19. Has everybody had a chance to kind of glaze over that? It's pretty well, looks like we're in line.
I'll make a motion on that.
Any, got a motion from Frank, second by Billy. Does anybody have any questions? Like we're still rolling ahead like we've been doing.
Well, if anybody noticed, of course, I told Connie been here all day, I told her she didn't have to stay for this meeting, but on page 4, it tells you that's the end of the year one, for the expenditures, but, we was talking about how, of course, the sheriff and everybody's not been good not to do the whole budget. It shows right there on total expenditures, 82% of what's budgeted is what's actually spent, so everybody across the board done good not to spend everything in the budget, so.
And that's what we'll keep doing.
Thank y'all for that, cause that helps us quite a bit, that everybody.
Any other discussion or any other questions? All right, I got Frank with a motion and Billy with a second, all 4?
Yep.
All 4, motion carried. All right, we need, item number 5, approve archives grant, for roller shelves, with no match. That's going to where, Billy?
It'll be down here now and then to the new building.
Oh, okay. Motion by Billy. Need a second by anyone?
Yeah.
Second by Greg. All 4?
Yep.
All 4. Benny, got anything, get the update on the building or anything?
Well, Friday, they're supposed to pour the floor if it don't rain it out, I guess. They're putting wire in it now and, in the basement. So when we get that poured in, they'll start bringing the block walls. There's a double wall down the center. It's a hallway. It's a load carrying wall. And then there's the walls for the stairs and the walls for the bathroom. And they'll lay all them in the elevator to the first floor. Then when they get those laid, they're gonna start putting the decking down and start pouring the first floor, then go from there on up. So when they get that part up, everybody will be able to see a lot of progress. They've got columns too. There's 3 columns on the side of the archives coming up that's gonna support the second floor. And that meeting room, I guess that's why there's the columns there, cause that meeting room's a wide space and there's no, walls under that, so, everything I applied with the state, trying to get out of the requirement for the grass around the sidewalks. Now they're saying that they didn't ask us to do that, but they did. I mean, they're saying it's a city requirement. The city don't have any requirements for grass on the outside of sidewalks, cause there's none in the town that's like that, so,
Sure.
so when we get that going, everybody will see some progress. It's just took a while there.
We're on the schedule.
Yeah,
So if it rains, county pool be open this weekend?
Yeah.
maybe. But there's no water. I mean, everything right now is sitting there. Of course, the elevator shaft's got a little in it. That's below the water table, so there's really
Dive
not
on the
any.
stairway.
There's some pump in that thing.
There's some pumps everywhere. There's a sump pump in the elevator shaft. There's a grinder pump in that bathroom downstairs. And there's also a pump around the drains. The original plan called for the water coming around the drains, going into that sump pump and back out, but now I'm gonna put a sump pump on the outside of the building to pump, plus the one on the inside, so there'll be several different ones, and we're checking now, I'm having to look about wiring it for a generator, and put a switch in on the building, course, 911's got a couple generators and the sheriff's department does, the city's got a big generator that'll run the whole building. But, you know, they're talking about maybe selling it in surplus, so, they said it'd take a 150 kV generator to run the building. The ones, 911's got's 80, which would run lights and everything, but, I don't know if you want a generator sitting there all the time, kicking on, running, but it'd be good to have one where we could roll it in there and plug it up and still run the county.
Well, maybe Tim could find one on surplus. That'd be good, because they've got them, I don't know if we can find them.
Yeah, that one, you know, the one that the city's got, if they sell it, it's probably big enough to run the, I don't know, we don't know how big that one to jail is,
Right.
but 500's pretty good size.
Yeah.
And another thing, now, last night, the highway meeting brought up, and, yeah, well, but see,
At the same time.
but the only thing would be going into that would be what's draining around, cause the parking lot drains running somewhere else, it ain't running the building. And then the bathrooms really wouldn't be used, you know, if the power was out down there. But, the city called about, you know, we signed over, and Connie don't have it on here, but I think in the new business, we probably need to add it. We signed an agreement with the city for the 5 years, back 2013, to let them be over the courthouse square, cause they got that grant to redo the grass, and they done those trees. And then, when we done that then, they showed us a plan about tearing all that pavement out, with the old concrete out, and sidewalks, and putting new in. Well, they've got that grant now, and that 5-year contract runs out the end of August. So at the Highway and Property Committee last night, they voted to, send it.
I'll make a motion to suspend the rules and add it to the agenda.
Got a motion by, Randall to suspend the rules and add it to the agenda. Do I have a second? Got a second.
They'll be extended 5 years. I don't know how long it'll take to, of course, they're gonna tear all the concrete out, put all new, and do some new trees and different things, but they got that grant, and we need to sign it back for another 5 years with them to.
You said they gonna put some gazebos up there or something?
Well, I don't know, that was the original plans, you know, they give us in 13, but that's what they turned in then, but,
Need to be careful about them walls up there, some of them may fall, break.
Well, we need all four of the motions
Yeah.
to suspend. Okay. Now, we'll add it back to sign the contract, with the city to do, for the 5-year,
extended from, I guess, September
Extend
1st.
Yeah,
the
5-year extension.
5-year extension for courthouse beautification.
Cause they started, that's when they put some effort and started mowing and taking care of
I'll
it.
make the motion.
Got a motion by Randall, need a second by Billy. All four? All four.
Then I sent maintenance crew up there and tried to pressure wash some of that, and that concrete's just crumbling and falling apart, and you can't, ain't nothing you can do with it. And that'll help us with our ADA requirements too, when they do all that, cause it'll all be ADA accessible, so.
Any other old new business?
And the Joey Levins, they got the roof completed, the drains where they flooded about 2 months ago. We got insurance recovery money back from that, but those roof drains, and that was the original design of them. And evidently, of course, Joe Connor, I guess, that used to do the maintenance at the building, he said they used to flood every now and then. But those drains, they're attached on the roof and they're attached inside the rooms on the bottom of the corrugated metal, but there's a gasket between them, but then they're not really joined. I mean, if there's so much water, like when it floods, it started coming out the inside between the corrugated metal and the flange, so, Allen's Exteriors and All Good give us, which we had 3 or 4 give bids, and they were the lowest ones. Put some drains in that goes plumb solid from the roof all the way down in there, and then expands out, and it makes a solid seal where I hope we never have. We got 10 drains on the roof total, and we had 6 of them flood. And flooded in the gym and in the election
Well, then
office.
you get it fixed.
And so they've got that done right now, so we've gotta get it lift and put new ceiling tiles back in the rooms that got damaged, and then, in September, Connor Brothers is gonna resurface the stage, that's part of the grant we got, redo the wood on the stage and just go back natural on it, and,
Gonna redo the stage.
What they
Yeah.
charge to do that?
I don't know, they bid it before, and I don't remember I was gonna try to use that money somewhere else, but, the health department, it state said we had to redo it, cause that's part of the original grant, but we got some left that may do some other stuff with there if they'll let us, so we'll just have to see. and the church is, renting it, they bought 60 chairs and donated them to the county that matches the one that UT's got, so now we've got 160 chairs.
What church donated?
The First Church, they're renting it on Sundays, and they donated 60 new chairs to us, so,
60 new chairs. Okay.
and they're also they're donating a 127-inch projector screen to go on the stage, it's got a remote control running everything,
Projectors.
but they're gonna leave with us too when they finally do it.
What about, one thing we talked about in a while, what about our Hillham project that we're doing?
I talked to Andy at the health department, he's getting quotes together, and, cause the money just come down July 1, I was hoping we got that done, coming out after school, right?
Yeah.
Walking trail.
Yeah.
So the money just come down July 1, everybody's covered up this summer, so he's trying to get, of course, he had the parking lot repaved at the health department, he's gonna talk to them and get 3 quotes. And it'll be under the bid limit, but he's gonna get 3 quotes to try to get, so we can go ahead and,
Come spring, we'll probably move on.
yeah,
Or
we can try to get that done. We might before the end of this year if I can get it,
I wish we had it all still, but that's good, I'm glad you got it for him.
yeah, that was good. The health department's been good, you know, about every couple of years they've done, cause they done 20,000, got that scoreboard at the Joel Evans and those basketball goals.
Yeah.
And, so that's been good to help us get stuff kicked off and get going there.
That's really, you wanna help them all there as much as you can.
The vocational school's been working in the basement of Joel Evans.
Who has?
The vocational school's been helping us, and they've got that whole bottom side, wall studied up, divided out where the drug court's gonna move. So they've got all those rooms, which right now school started back, so they can't come over there and work as much, but when the high school's out, they're gonna come back. I think about 2 more good weeks, they'll have, they're adding another outside access and gonna pour some concrete steps.
Gonna be back fall break?
Yeah, but that right there is all, the drug court had some, you know, money for rent, that's what we're using to fix. We put a new unit, new heating and air unit, and we're gonna put new floor and new ceiling tile, everything in that room there, and have that for before next August, so we can move the drug court down there in that part, and then that'll have everybody out of the basement when we start deciding on what to do, moving into the next building.
All right, is there any other old or new business at this time?
You know, we need to be thinking about that, we don't tonight, but about this building, what we're gonna,
Yeah, that's something that
I
we're
mean,
gonna talk about.
we talked to different agencies about using it, but, you know, with the ADA requirements we got, I mean, if we keep it and let somebody else use it, we're still gonna have to fix the ADA requirements. And
That's
I
how
don't,
we put it up for sale,
well,
What's that?
this bill.
you know, that would be, that
That's
would,
one option we got, yeah.
and another one would be maybe keeping it for storage.
So I'm gonna put it on this.
No, we don't need it.
Well, I
We
mean,
don't need no storage.
We'd be better off to.
Well, but the thing is,
Storage and
Frank,
keep this darn-
we've got every department we've got that's using it for storage over here for files. Barbara Matthews' office uses it, the library uses it, the ambulance service uses it. Now, these offices here will have storage in their office, and we'll have one room downstairs for storage, but,
Well, I mean, this building's big enough where you can divide it up if you need to, use just part of it,
yeah.
but you don't.
But, you know, you know, that's really not cost effective either, to keep it going for what it costs for the, if we don't wanna tear the building down, I'd say it'd be better, like I said, to sell it. And, you know, if the school uses it, they're gonna have to make it ADA compatible. If HRA uses it, they're definitely gonna have to. And I've had some people ask me talk about turning it into apartments. I mean, if you think about it, like Peggy's office could be an apartment, and Victoria's could be one, if somebody bought it and divided it out and done that.
Right.
You know, cause they could put individual air conditioning units in different rooms, so.
We didn't need to get rid of it.
It's under, what?
With the school, that's better shape than the one they got over there for, big like,
For
built
the
education and.
Well, I asked them that, now they'd have to do a lot of fixing, of course, we don't have hot water here, and they'd have to have that. But, you know, this lobby, they could make that into handicap accessible bathrooms.
Yeah,
And they could make that other meeting room into that maybe, and that would probably get their requirements, so, I mean, you know, I'd be for, and I asked them about it, if they didn't wanna take it, that'd be good if they could use it.
well, there's some options out there that we can talk about.
But even if they done that, and if they used it for a while, then we sold it later, you know, and
Yeah.
as long as we get somebody that pays the utilities,
That's what I was getting at.
that's cause the utilities are,
What's, that's an option,
yeah.
and then,
Which
you
is It's not real efficient.
Well, the insurance, you know, and it would be better if we just completely sold it, because the insurance liability on this building is humongous. But then even if something happened to it, you know, what we got it appraised at, I mean, they wouldn't pay that replacement. So it would, you know, it would be,
Alright,
but we got several months to talk about that. But we're in the process of trying to shred some documents that need to been shredded a long time ago, so we don't have to take all that with us to the new building. Which saves a whole lot of the documents, it's out of the date, and, so the,
are you gonna go through just each department's going
yeah,
through?
and what we talked about doing is keeping some rooms back here, and we'll just put all the documents that we need to shred back there, because with these shredders we got, it's taking forever. But we could have a truck come in here in one day, do the whole thing, you know, and shred a bunch of it, so,
Sounds good. Looks like we're still moving right along, guys. Next meeting will be September the 10th at 5:20. If we have nothing further, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Got one, Greg, second by Billy and Frank. All four?
Yeah.
All four, we stand adjourned. Hey, Jim?